Hey everyone, we're back again with another Dragonheir video, and in this video we'll be doing a showcase on Vicania. For those of you who don't know, Vicania is a poison legendary and she has a very interesting ultimate where where did she go? Here. So whenever she's going to ultimate, she's going to mark the enemy. How many poisons you deal, the boss is going to take, or the enemy is going to take additional derivative damage, right? This skill was recently buffed, and I thought of it as a buff, but people have been saying that it's a nerf for some reason. I'm not really sure like what exactly is going on, because initially I think, if I remember correctly, this used to be 40% of the attack derivative damage. And what is weird is that they don't really particularly show what exactly is the enlightenment bonus on the derivative damage. All derivative damage is supposed to take enlightenment bonus. So first off, let's discuss the team. So previously when I did this on the boss, it did about, with the same team, it did about 45 million. And adjusting for psychic core and all those stuff, it's very hard for me to say like what the exact one-to-one comparison would be. The boss also took additional derivative damage at the time, so I don't really think that 45 million we will definitely cross it, but I don't really think that that's apples to apples comparison about whether her damage has increased or not, right? But let's see what numbers we can put out with a lot of enlightenment boost. So over here we have attack percentage and derivative damage inflicted. So this artifact is going to remain the same, and we're going to get about 21% derivative damage bonus because we are 3 tile range away from the boss. Either they need to fix this artifact or they need to increase the tile range. Like the 3 tile range is kind of absurd to me, why we have a 3 tile range only. But regardless, this is what we have. I don't want to use the Vile Ink because then you take a penalty on attack, and in my tests this one still did better. So I'm going to be sticking with the Queen's Fan, and we have the Platinum Knight chest on her, and this is pretty much the go-to set for any derivative damage dealer, or where your champion is going to do additional damage after the ultimate. So think about somebody like Tharviol, Nazjinka, who basically, and even what's his name, Telendor, right? So Telendor, whenever he's going to ultimate, he releases 12 moonbeams when he has rally, or if you have his exclusive, he'll do the moonbeams altogether. But anybody who is doing derivative damage, or they have additional boost to the after the ultimate, like Flora or somebody else you can think of, they're going to be really benefiting from this Platinum Knight set. So this is what we went with. We went with a lot of enlightenment. So we have 470 enlightenment on her. Her passive is going to boost her enlightenment up as well, because we do have 2 poisoners here. For the first poisoner is going to be, actually the first poisoner is always Durango. Durango does an insane amount of poisons. You want to keep his crit rate high. For me, it's not 100%, but I think it's fine. I didn't want to do anything else. Since I also went with the Platinum Knight chest bigger on him because of the enlightenment bonus. And we have the Ricker Boomerang on him. So since we don't really need the stacks for the poison, I don't want it to be at 40 all the time and they are not applying more poison. So if they explode it, it's fine, because Vicania damage is not based, she's not like Lothair where the damage is based off the number of poison. It's more like she's going to be doing additional derivative damage whenever you place a poison. So if they're exploding it, that's fine with me. Twitch is also going to be in Platinum Knight. So this is the Platinum Knight set showcase. He's pretty interesting champion. He's very good for applying poison, and he's going to be applying poisons on his ultimate and on his battle skill. He deals a lot of damage based off of enlightenment. So we did want some enlightenment on him, not the highest, but it is what we got. And he's going to be rocking the Witch's Remain, which will help us place the defense down on the boss. So I have timed their ultimates together. So right after Vicania, you want Twitch to go. Then for our supports, we have Ogok, one of the best supports in the game. He is going to be using the Solar King Horns to boost our damage, and he's in 3-ear emblem set. So whenever he's going to ultimate, we're going to get an attack bonus. And the next person is going to be Kairosos with the same 3-ear emblem set. Lot of HP, lot of defense. This is going to be my Call of Lightning tank, and we'll be using his ultimate right before the 4th skill hits us. Whereas Ogok ultimate is going to be placed when the boss does his 3rd attack, right before his 3rd attack. We don't really have good choices of aura, unfortunately. Like, I would have preferred something with attack bonus would have been better, but we just have accuracy and resistance. So we will go with accuracy in this one. And let me show you the skill timings as well. This becomes this is 20.4. I don't know why it keeps changing it to something ridiculous. But these two will be ultimating at 20.4. And I'll be manualing their first ultimate. For Vicania is going to ultimate, first ultimate is going to be at 12 seconds, and Twitch is going to ultimate right after at 12.2. And then they're both the same. So for each rotation, the first implementation is going to remain, and this is what we want. Right, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. I'll explain the run of what is going to happen in this fight. So first off, we're going to close both of these. We'll just do the first ultimate from him a bit broken. So you can see like we're already at 40 stacks, and that is why I said like maybe exploding the poison is better. So yeah, I don't want to cap out the poison stuff, and right here is where I should have ultimated, but I kind of forgot. So right when the boss reaches his full skill, between there's a window where you want to time your ultimate with the attack down champion, your tank basically. And right here we will ultimating, and we will let this roll and see how much damage it does on a lot of enlightenment and attack. Let's see. Hopefully I'm planning to do the attack one as well, see if there's a damage difference. I'm pretty sure that enlightenment would do more damage, just the way the derived damage works, but we'll see. I'll catch you guys at the end of the run. All right, so we did manage to do close to 100 million damage. Not as much as I would have expected considering it's derivative damage, but still 50% of the damage coming from her. And the remaining is pretty much split between Durango and Twitch. Of course, based on the number of poisons they apply, like the boss is also like, you know, there is some attack speed to it. So it's expected that Durango will do more damage. But what is really surprising to me is that compared to some other derivative damage dealers, like you really need an exclusive in this game, which I don't really think is fair to do a crazy amount of damage on the boss, right? So if we go back to Vicania, right, let's see her build. So she's supposed to be dealing quite a lot of damage, but the damage that I saw was close to like 60 to 70k per hit for this derivative thing. So I'm wondering like what exactly were they using, because so she has 7k, 100% of the attack. Yeah, it's not really that. So it's a 10x multiplier. That means that the enlightenment is being taken as consideration for applying these debuffs. But it's quite surprising to me that, you know, the damage comparison with somebody like Flora or somebody like Lothair is just not there. And on paper, this skill is very much similar to what Flora has. Like Flora does a 10-second whirlpool, whatever it is called, vortex, right? So vortex around the boss, and for 10 seconds they take like 170% attack derivative damage. So even over here it says 170% attack, but it's mainly enlightenment. So we can be pretty sure that this is enlightenment. I don't think we need to run an separate attack only test for this thing, because it's pretty much the same. So I think they need to, it used to be 40% of attack, so this is definitely better. But I still feel like at least give them 150%. Like I get that the exclusive must hit harder, but the damage difference shouldn't be that high. The skill is very, very, very similar, and not to mention that it only happens on poisons, while you can still control when Flora gets her exclusive artifacts. Basically you can pretty much ignore wild. But for somebody like Vicania, somebody like Evelios, I think they need to have a bit of better buff. So this is 75% attack, but it is on a basic attack, so it does make sense that it is somewhat restricted. But why restrict Vicania? All right, I would have given it somewhere close to like 150% attack. She, in my opinion, is definitely better than what she was before. Even if I account for gear, psyche core, and everything else, the fact that we were able to do close to 100 million damage is still something. Now my units are inspired, I get that, but if you don't have legendaries, but you have Vicania, even if without inspiration, I would bet that you can do at least 25 million using epics. And there are some really good epics in this faction. First off is going to be Korin, who's a great poison applier, and then is Shenk. Shenk is also pretty good with his poisons. So he applies, I think, 5 hits 5 times and is a 100% chance. So pretty good epic overall. So definitely use him. And with Korin, Korin applies poison on his battle skill, right? So this battle skill is going to apply a lot of poison. You can reduce the cooldown a bit with some skill haste. And also he pretty good ultimate as well. He explodes 1 and increases the stack of 1. So not a bad epic at all. So you can definitely use something like this if you have a Vicania build. For support units, it's going to be Furbath, and you can pretty much pick another attack down or a healer. So if we go, Vikuk is amazing because you do want to remove that defense down from your team. So you can pretty much build a team around Vicania very easily. But yeah, I still feel her skill needs to be buffed. I still don't think that this is enough. You should ignore this part, 500% attack. Just ignore this part because this is not going to be dealing as much damage as the derivative damage. But it needs to get a bit more high. I think at least 150, so she can at least do something like, when Flora is hitting, she hits for like a 433 because she does get a damage boost as well on top of the already 170% attack derivative damage that she's doing. So it's really bizarre that they need to really buff these units. A lot of these derivative damage dealers who are legendaries are not as good as exclusive, like Flora, even Lothair. Lothair hits for 1,000,000 if you have 40 stacks. Like, and that time my gear was like not that good, but he was hitting for 1,000,000 per hit for derivative damage. So that really tells you like how further behind a non-exclusive champion is in this game. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next. I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, take care.